Hello guys, my name is GlazeHaze2, and today I'm going to be showing you how to stealth Go Bank in Payday 2 on the Death Sentence difficulty. For assets, you want to get body bags, and for your loadout, you want, instead of body bags for your secondary equipment, an ammo bag, and instead of whatever you use for your primary, an over 9,000 saw. But other than that, just your normal stealth loadout. Let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do when you get into the heist is see if anything random has happened. There are 3 random events that can go on that will change things up. The most major one, in my opinion, that will happen the most, not the most game affecting, is that a police car can spawn here, and they'll be in this area, so you'll want to keep that in mind. There's a chance that an armored Gensec truck will spawn here, but it didn't. If the truck spawned during the phone sequence, which I'll talk about later, they won't be sent in, but we'll go over that later. And there's also a chance that this vault will be open, skipping the time lock sequence and the lasers, which, you know, is fun. But both these, the Gensec truck and the vault events, are very rare. I've only had the armored truck happen to me, and that was only once. So, what you want to do is look for cameras on the outside. And that is in this general area. Make sure you remember where they are. This area they could be, but there wasn't. And then after that, you want to head around the back of this side, so you don't have to go through the bank. And then look for cameras on this side. Sometimes there won't be any cameras, but if there are, you use them by shooting them to lure guards out to the back. Or you could just wait for the guards, but I'll show you what we do. So you shoot the camera, and then you wait over here or wherever, when the guards are going to come over. Or if you're just waiting for them normally. Eventually, one will head on out to go see what's going on with the camera. Here he comes. And what you want to do is shotgun launch over this way by going here and then launching him into this section.
Keep the channels clear, control.
Then you answer the pager, bag the body, and then wait for the next guard to come over, which I will show when that happens. A few quintillion years shorter than a lot a second. Not a lot a second, a yacht a second. It's sometime later, okay? Just later. It's just later. Okay, finally, here he is. He's gonna stop the criminals, is he? No, he's not.
Keep the channels
he
clear,
made a good
control.
effort.
Breaking protocol 191.
But yeah, sometimes you have to wait a while before the guy comes around back. But it's worth the wait because super easy. And you don't have to risk anything. You don't have to risk somebody getting alerted and calling the police unless the manager sees you. But yeah, anyway, once you've gotten the guards out of the way, you want to start shooting the cameras. Now, you may think this is a bad idea because somebody might notice, but the civilians don't actually care about the cameras getting shot. So just, before anything goes wrong, take a few pot shots at the cameras so you've got less to do when you actually storm the lobby. There's another one down. I wonder if I can get some from the front. If you have multiple people, it's really easy to take out the cameras when you're actually storming the lobby, but you don't really want to do that unless you're sure that your buddies, friends, or people in the public lobby know what they're actually doing. And you know public lobbies, so yeah, just take a few pot shots. Oh, there's another one. Hit it. no, I didn't. There we go. Okay. Now that you've done all that, you can just get into the lobby and yell at everyone to get down. And place an ECM jammer. Might as well. Good thing to do. It's kind of redundant without the cameras. Hey, 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 hey. What's that guy looking at? Okay, but once you've gotten everybody down on the ground and you've moved some of the civilians that were outside in, you want to use your cable ties to tie up as many civilians on the outside of the teller desk as possible. Shoot the rest after you run out of cable ties. Unfortunate for them, but whatever.
Follow me.
Then lead all the civilians that you can behind the desk. So if somebody's walking in, they can't see them. Because the civilians will... Other civilians, not these ones, will... I mean, obviously not these ones, will eventually walk in during the time lock sequence. So we want to clear the lobby as much as we can beforehand.
Follow me.
So, after I'm done moving all these hostages, I'll get on with the mission. So, see you guys then. A few quadrillion years shorter than a zettasecond. Wait a minute. We already did this joke. I write my own scripts. How did this get in here? Can somebody tell me? Oh, god damn it. Sometimes, some of this can happen. Where some of the stuff gets out of the store. I mean, out of the bank. But what you want to do in case of that is... use some body bags to hide evidence. You know, as one does. But yeah, once you're done all of this, you know, you've got the lobby clear, the street isn't in absolute chaos yet, then you want to find the key cards. So, there are two key cards. A teller key card, which will be on one of the bank tellers. I know, revolutionary. And the manager's key card, which will either be on him, which it was in this case, in the trunk of a car, in the back, which it isn't in this case, but if you didn't get it in there, it would be. Or if it isn't in either of those two places, it's in here, but it's not. So those are the three locations that the manager's keycard can be in. Then you find the key cards. There's no time requirement. Where is it? There it is. There's no time requirement between when you can do and you can insert them at any time. So before we start the time lock sequence, there's a few things that we're gonna have to go over. During the time lock sequence, civilians spawn from like every point in, you know, they spawn and they start walking down the street, basically is what I'm saying. And then the phone right here will ring with random interactions, and the only two interactions that you have to worry about, aside from you always have to answer the phone because it might set the alarm off. It might. It will. There's a chance. So, just make sure you pick up the phone. In solo gameplay, that means you have to be basically standing here as often as possible. Anyway, so the phone will ring, and there are two things that we want to worry about. There's a blackmail... Well, there's three things, technically. There's a blackmailer that threatens to call the police, which basically, if you don't throw a bag of cash over this wall to pay him off, basically, he will call the police if you cross the road for cash bag. So, if you get that call, remember, throw the money to the guy. There's the GenSec call, which will either be, they call you, they won't send somebody, they'll ask you to find some time lock codes in here. You've got plenty of time to do so if you're fast enough. Or they'll send a patrol car, which is, you know, what you have to worry about. But we'll get to that when we get to that. And the third being, also, the GenSec call won't send people if you got the random armored truck event. But that didn't happen here, so. And after you've spent enough time in the bank, a police captain will call you, and that will put you on a hard time limit before you have to leave. After he sends some police down, which you can just kill for free because they don't have pagers. But eventually he'll give you a countdown and you'll have to leave. But if you're fast, you don't have to worry about that, which is why I bought the saw. Anyway, you insert the key card.
Don't show civilians your hand unless it's the backhand.
You put in the card, and then you wait for the time lock, and then we go. Okay, I'll see you guys when the time lock is done, or when something interesting happens on the phone. Bye. It just keeps showing up. This stupid joke. How did this get in here? I write my own damn scripts. Why is the screen black? What's going on? I don't want to do it anymore. Please, send help. Oh, God. Oh, okay, so here's the GenSec call. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, tell him his ass is on the line if he isn't available for the regular time lock check-in. Well, look.
Okay, so we got unlucky. They're sending some guys over to check on it. So basically, a GenSec patrol car should show up at some time here, and we're gonna have to deal with that. But until then, stand by the phone until you see them coming. They'll come from either side of the road. It's random. And here's one of those civilians that I was talking about that walks in on the bank where nobody is standing or anything. I don't understand. And then they'll randomly start running. I don't know why they do that, but yeah. Okay, there's another phone call. Oh, they're the GenSec guys.
Is your back door open because you let all your security out?
Okay, there we go. So, to deal with this, you want to use pocket ECMs. Or, if you're fast, you can get to the car and kill both of them in quick succession. But since that isn't something that I was able to do, I can just use my pocket ECMs to delay the pagers until I can get to them. Nice and simple. And at this point, you're gonna have dead bodies lying around. Okay, now the vault's open. It's random, by the way, how long the vault takes. I believe it varies from 3 to 5 minutes. So, just remember that. And at this point, you're going to have bodies littering the streets, so you want to make sure that the NPCs don't see any of that. And in a solo play, you have to manage all of this while answering the phone and hoping you can loot the vault. Okay, so, the vault. It has motion sensors. You have to not touch the motion sensors, or the alarm will go off. Pretty simplistic. You can jump over them, you can go under them. It's safe when these three are deactivated, and if you're good at parkour, you can get in between them. But I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it. Oh my goodness.
You're doing great, buddy. Keep it up.
I need to talk to someone about my 401k.
Okay, so, yeah, a lot of management that you have to do. But yeah, basically, you just want to get into the vault, place an ammo bag in there, and then start sawing open deposit boxes. And remember, you're gonna have to answer calls and make sure civilians don't see stuff as well, so you have to be quick about it. So pick up as much loot as you can, throw money bags out. No, I don't want to pick that lock. I want to grab the money. After you've opened a few boxes, you can head on out. And for the completion, you want to get the money out first. Secure at least one bag before you go for more loot. And again, remembering to pick up the phone.
I wanted to ask if you guys offer financing for automobiles.
Okay.
I can certainly help you with that.
You can also do this neat little... Oh. I saw somebody do it. You can just... You can throw loot through this window if you don't want to get close. But usually better to just throw it in the back. Then you want to go back into the vault, and probably a good time to discuss some advanced strategy for the vault. Before you head into the vault, it's always a good idea to answer the phone and then go in every time you go in and out, because at that point there's a cooldown between when the phone can be rang again.
Yeah,
So
there's a charge on my
basically,
credit
you
card.
just
Black can't see. Well, the Mexico.
pretty simplistic. Just answer the phone, head into the vault, answer the phone, head into the vault. And if the phone rings while you're in the vault, you need to be quick. Like, no dawdling around, no grabbing loot. Figure out the sequence for the lasers and move it. Also, bags can't trip the lasers, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's just something that to keep in mind. Something you don't have to worry about. And it is quite anxiety-inducing to be in here. When you know that the phone is gonna go off at any moment. Uh-oh. Okay.
Be still and quiet.
So,
How much money do I got there?
yeah, pretty simple.
Sure, please hold.
We've got all of the loot out of the vault now. So what you want to do is then just start moving bags. Again, always making sure that you're ready to get the phone if necessary. And that's pretty much it. Go bank, it's a very simple heist. It can take a while if you're doing a lot of waiting. But, hey. At least we make it out with all the money. And yeah, it's pretty simple to clear it out, even solo. It's just annoying if you get bad RNG. So yeah. You can grab some extra loot from this ATM here if you use an ECM jammer. But time to go.
Planned and executed. Great.
So this is post-heist Glaze Haze 2 here. That can happen. You can escape just as the alarm goes. You won't get the stealth bonus, but you'll get the completion if you're doing it for DSOD. That was almost perfectly timed to make me leave just as the video kind of ended. So remember to like and subscribe. You know, turn on notifications if you want to see more of my videos. Comment your thoughts and feelings and that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.
Pilot just touched down with the cash. Well done, guys, and nice work on the cage. See you at the safe house.
They're still here? Why? Oh god. No. No!